Let's take you further afield and give you the very latest on this. Relief workers from Gift of the Givers are en route to Hatay after 2 days of travel. The area is one of the worst hit by Monday's earthquake. The death toll so far has surged to over 17,000 between Turkey and Syria. Ahmed Kajee is with the team and he joins us now via video line. So Ahmed, what is it that you are seeing on your way as you are in that bus traveling to Hatay?
Thanks very much, Duru. The main challenge which many of the residents here of Turkey have mentioned, that is the victims of the earthquake, say that there has been delays from relief teams actually making it through as well. And given the challenges which we have faced over the last 2 days, it's perfectly understandable to see why. We actually left Joburg on Tuesday evening, and we still are only making our way through to Hatay, which is one of the reasons which was severely affected as well. As we do know, the death toll between Turkey and Syria has exceeded the 16,000 mark, which just goes to show the exponential increase that we have seen on Monday morning, rather, when the news officially broke. It was 1,600 in the morning, and the thing is that we're at 16,000 now. That just goes to show that more bodies are being recovered. With this being also the 72-hour period thereafter, the chances of finding survivors has reduced significantly. So unfortunately, for teams from Gift of the Givers and the search and rescue teams, it could turn into a search and recovery operation as well. That's one of the main challenges as well. For the team over here from Gift of the Givers is remaining hopeful that it will still remain a search and rescue mission, in that they will be finding survivors from underneath the rubble. Many of the buildings had collapsed due to the infrastructure in that particular region. It's away from the capital city, so the structural integrity of those buildings isn't very strong, even at the best of times. So given a 7.6 and 7.7 magnitude earthquake, which we have seen, that can obviously also indicate that that's the reason for many of the deaths, unfortunately. And then just painting a picture of where we are right now, as we're making our way through, we've had about a 30-minute delay already going through traffic as well. Many of people either making their way towards the city or away as well. Turkish Airlines had offered free return tickets from affected areas right through until Sunday. So updates on that front. Many people will be traveling to and from nearby airports as well to get towards areas where their families are, to see if they can actually get to their survivors, or vice versa as well. The area that we will be going through is probably around 90 minutes or so, but that's obviously probably going to be longer, given the fact that there are traffic delays and further logistical challenges, which we hope will be less going forward, so that rescue efforts can begin as soon as possible for the teams here from Gift of the Givers, Search and Rescue, and various other NGOs such as Hope SSA, which actually arrived in Turkey this morning to do.
Okay, so our connection is a little bit shaky, as we can see. The ride is also quite bumpy. Let's talk more about the logistical challenges. Is it because of the infrastructure damage that it has taken so long for you to at least get to Hatay?
A multitude of factors coming through. So many of the vehicles, unfortunately, couldn't make their way as quick as possible to the location where we were, either due to unavailability, and some of the roads were also severely damaged. So getting buses, getting trucks over to carry over all that relief supplies, all the machinery to those areas has been exceptionally difficult. We actually had landed out in Istanbul on that would be Wednesday morning, and we actually then made our way through to Adana, which then took place around midnight yesterday. So just speaking to those basic logistics of just waiting for travel, waiting for cargo to get off the aircraft, then loading it onto buses, which we then have to wait for, and then further travel. And then once we happen to actually get the equipment loaded up, get the trucks, which we then can do on the roads, which are also still functioning. There's quite a lot of traffic as well. I'm just going to try reversing the camera, and you can just see what we are looking at in and around this particular area as well. Many people just trying to make their way forward in some way or form to whichever route they possibly can. And I think that's one of the major challenges as well. And actually on the side of the road as well, many of the cars, either their clutches are burning out, or there is an overheating of the engines, or in some way or form a challenge with their vehicles, and that's causing further traffic delays, perhaps even for residents who are trying to get through, to survivors trying to get through to family members who would have been victims of the earthquake, which has already claimed so many lives and probably will increase that death toll beyond the 16 or perhaps even 20,000 mark as each day passes. And that's the unfortunate bit which many of the residents here of Turkey will be facing as well. And this isn't just the epicenter of it. The epicenter is about 300 or 400 kilometers from where we are. And that just, it shows the extent and the distance of this particular earthquake, going from that 7.6 and 7.7, both those being significantly, severely damaging the infrastructure, the road infrastructure. And some airports have actually been damaged to the extent where the runways aren't even available. So getting direct aid to those areas is exceptionally difficult. And it will obviously take years from now on to actually get those runways and those airports at least up to international aviation or regulations. So, and it's understandable to think that there'll be further delays. Many of the residents of Turkey have, raised concerns about the delays for the rescue efforts, for the relief efforts to come through. There is the political topic as well, with the elections meant to be taking place in May. President Erdogan has been facing severe difficulties on the local front as well, with the discontentment from the populace over here in Turkey. So this is also playing a severe part in terms of the current and local affairs on how the populace is reacting to the regime right now. He was actually landed in Adana yesterday and visited a few of the areas throughout the course of yesterday. And I'm sure he will be continuing those relief efforts, or at least trying to expedite it as much as possible. But it seems that everyone, unfortunately, is being a victim of circumstances which isn't in any way anyone's fault, but it's just the nature of what is taking place at this point in time. As I said, just wrapping up as well, we probably are still about 2 or 3 hours before any relief efforts, at least from the gift of the givers, can actually get started, which can be exceptionally difficult for the team who actually arrived here 2 or 3 days ago, just hoping to start those search and rescue operations and to avoid it being a search and recovery operation.
Yeah. Ahmed Kajee is with Gift of the Givers in Turkey. They are en route to the city of Hatay, one of the badly devastated by the earthquake there. You stay safe with that team, Ahmed Kajee. Thank you very much for that update, really underscoring the logistical challenges to get from one place to another, talking about infrastructure damage, which we have seen over the days, and the response from some of the citizens in Turkey being frustrated at the slow pace of people getting to them so they can get help. We'll continue to reflect on events coming out of Turkey throughout the afternoon here on